Hey there, it's Steve from Serious Keto, and in this video I'm going to do a review and glucose response test on a product that I've been getting a lot of requests for lately. The CarbMaster rolls. Now CarbMaster is a Kroger brand, and I don't know what all stores make up the Kroger chain. I know, of course, Kroger does, and Pick and Save and Metro Market up here in the Wisconsin area. Now I've been told they also make a hot dog bun and a hamburger bun, but the only thing I have found so far is the dinner rolls. Now it's important to note that it does not claim on the package to be keto. It just says 4 grams of net carbs. And I think once we get to the ingredient list, you'll understand why they don't claim it to be keto. But first, let's take a look at the nutritional information. Serving size is 1 roll, 60 calories, 2 grams total fat, 9 grams of total carbohydrates, of which 5 grams are dietary fiber, 5 grams of protein. I will be having 2 rolls because that's the way I've tested every bread that I've done so far, where the serving size is just a single slice of bread. I will also be buttering one. I will be having one plain and dry. So again, consistent with all of my bread tests. So now let's take a look at the ingredients. Modified wheat starch, water, wheat protein isolate, pea protein, wheat flour, palm oil, and 2% or less of dextrose, yeast, salt, vinegar, datum. I do not know what datum is. Sodium stearolactylate, I guess. Xanthan gum, calcium propionate as preservative, sucralose, and sesame flour. So definitely quite a long ways away from clean keto, but still low carb, and I'm curious, will it have an impact on my glucose and ketones? So I'm going to start with just a plain bun, nothing on it. The tear on it is pretty much exactly what I remember a regular dinner roll being like. The taste is pretty good. There is a slight sweetness to it, probably from the sucralose. Not as sweet as a Hawaiian roll. There is, I don't know how I would describe it, not a powderiness, but something that kind of lingers on the back of my tongue and into my throat on this. Yeah, there's just something at the end and towards, like I said, the back of my tongue and into my throat that texturally just seems a little bit rougher and a little bit more dense than traditional bread. But I'm going to set this aside. I'm going to warm up a roll and put a little bit of butter on it and see how that tastes. Okay, I heated up this bun in the air fryer, just warmed it up. Going to put a little butter on it. I know I say this in every bread review that I do. Toasting and butter make a world of difference. Still, even with toasting and butter, I get that slightly weird feeling towards the back of my tongue and throat, but I could definitely see eating this with the Thanksgiving dinner, if it doesn't impact my glucose and doesn't cause me any inflammation. I'm wearing a Dexcom G6 continuous glucose monitor, and I have logged my 2 servings into the Levels Health Analysis software. So over the next 2 hours, I'm going to see what impact this has on my glucose, and I'll be back with the results. It's been 2.5 hours since I ate those rolls. My blood ketones went from a 1.1 to 0.8 over that time period. Now I'm going to check those again tomorrow and also see if I get any sort of inflammatory response. But now let's check out the Levels Analysis software and see what impact these rolls had on my blood glucose. Levels scored this a 7 out of 10 and a gentle rise in glucose. Let's see how many points it was. 19 points, so not a spike. A spike is 30 points. 19, it's still some movement. But I'm going to hold off my judgment on this until tomorrow when I see, do I feel any sort of inflammation and what are my ketones? All right, let's see what my next day ketone results are. So they were 1.1 yesterday morning. After eating those dinner rolls, it was down to 0.8, still in ketosis. This morning, back to 1.2. Also, oftentimes some of these keto breads can cause me inflammation, generally knuckles, knees, ribs, just sort of a general soreness. And I've been trying to isolate what that is, if it's a specific wheat product or if it's the fat they use. I can tell you I had no inflammation from these. So what is my overall assessment of the CarbMaster dinner rolls? Well, they're definitely not clean, strict keto, but they don't claim to be. Furthermore, they had less of an impact on my body in terms of blood glucose, ketones, and inflammation than a lot of breads and tortillas I've tried that call themselves keto. And while I don't see myself eating these regularly, I think in situations where maybe I'm making up sliders for the family out on the Blackstone, or if I was having some sort of a turkey or beef with gravy, this might be good on the side. So I think if you categorize yourself more as low carb than keto, I think these could fit pretty easily into your dietary lifestyle. But that is going to be it for this video. If you found it helpful, please click that like button. If you're not a subscriber already, tap that subscribe button, then hit the bell to turn on all notifications. And if you really enjoyed it, click that thanks button. Donate a little money to the success of the channel. That's it for this one though. Thanks for watching.